are going through the Chat Sports trade machine.
I got 10 of them.
You got 10 trades.
See, we gave you the bad ones first, so that even if you don't like ours, they at least make a hell of a lot more sense.
This is a much easier pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Let's start with our first trade here, Tom.
One you liked a lot, by the way.
I love this. LeSean McCoy to the Eagles. Bills get a third-round pick. I am always in favor of reuniting great players with their original teams. It was a mistake in the first place for the Eagles to trade him away, a mistake which they have not been able to rectify because the running back position has been a mess in Philadelphia ever since they traded him. The Bills have no need for LeSean McCoy. This would be a great trade for both sides. I love this.
So
Which is what happened.
They did allegedly try to rectify it at one point after they fired Chip. They did try to trade back for LeSean McCoy, and the Bills were like, nah. We're not doing that.
Just a reminder, guys, if you have the opportunity to trade the second best running back in franchise history for a below-average linebacker, you do it every time. Just kidding. You should never do that.
Well, the Eagles are obviously connected here to halfbacks because Darren Sproles is banged up, Corey Clement, Wendell Smallwood, Josh Adams. You miss J.J.
Yeah.
Go make your splash trade. Get your halfback out there to help you out there.
Yeah, please trade for LeSean McCoy. That would make me very happy. Like this one also, though I don't like the return that the Lions get. Golden Tate to the Titans, only a fourth-round pick to the Lions. I understand it's because he's a free agent, but a little bit light. Golden Tate's really good.
Here's the thing, and then I think in most cases you could get a third or a fourth-round comp pick, right?
Yeah.
The flip for the Lions side of it is that they have so much cap space next year. The way the comp formula balances out, you're actually you might not get a pick for Tate if he leaves in free agency because you're going to go throw money elsewhere.
Yep.
So
you have Galladay now.
You have Galladay emerging. The only way you do this, though, is if you think you're not going to make the playoffs. In Detroit, I don't know if they're there yet. If they collapse in the next couple weeks, that's when it makes more sense.
That's a good point, because if you're the Lions and you're looking at who you want to trade now, you're coming off a big win over the Packers. Obviously, fantastic. They're on a win streak against the Packers. It haven't happened since 1998. But with the Lions right now, Golden Tate's price tag's probably a second-round pick right now. But for the trade deadline, if the Lions lose inevitably
all of these are if it happens, not today, but if it happens on the trade deadline.
Yeah.
So the value does go down a little bit because you're getting them for, let's just say, half a year. We'll round a little bit there.
Let's talk about giving Andrew Luck the weapon that he deserves. Le'Veon Bell to the Colts. The Steelers get a second-round pick. Not the worst idea. I like Le'Veon Bell to the Colts. I think the Steelers are going to ask for a little bit more off the top.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can. You're not going to get, frankly, a second-round pick, I think, is the max you're going to get.
I think they'll ask for a running back. I think one of the younger dudes, maybe Richards or Hines.
That makes some sense there. I had thought about that originally. James Conner's been good enough. You can just take a higher pick in the end.
That's fair.
Now, if the Colts want to throw in a Wilkins or a Marlon Mack, I think they prefer to keep Hines. Then sure, I think that makes some sense there.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get max value for Lev Bell. I think they're leaking we're going to split time with Conner to help try and get some trade value and convince Lev Bell to be okay with the trade because as of right now he doesn't want to be traded. But the Colts, remember, 2 second-round picks, their own and the Jets.
Yeah.
Those are going to be top 50 selections.
Yeah.
Especially the Jets one probably. So the Colts, I think it makes sense for them. You get an early shot at getting your elite halfback there. And I love Marlon Mack.
Please get healthy, Marlon Mack.
No one likes Marlon Mack more than me.
I miss you.
But you got to go find a way, I think, to get Lev Bell in there. I think this is the example of I like Mack, I like Hines a lot. You can get a better kind. You can get a better player. And you need receivers, which we'll talk about here in a second. But you can get a better package there. And you can get that elite player that you need. And frankly, the Colts aren't actually that far out of the AFC South, by the way. Just saying.
Oh, the Colts.
Just saying.
Tom, we have some great things going on here at Chat Sports with FanDuel. Head to FanDuel.com/chatsports. Get $20 free. Free money with your first deposit. You can deposit $5 and end up with $25.
Yeah, so even if you lose a couple games, which if you do the 50-50 contest, it's actually pretty easy to win, you still got money.
Yeah. Free money. It's always great.
If you use FanDuel.com/chatsports.
Tom, what hasn't been great has been DeVante Parker's career with the Dolphins, which is very upsetting to me. I saw DeVante Parker play multiple times in person. He was ridiculous in college. I'm actually quite sad he did end up being a good receiver in the NFL. So far, seems like a guy who needs a change of scenery. You have him going to the Indianapolis Colts.
I've seen some other teams. The Cowboys, I think, could be an option as well. But if I'm the Colts and I look at my wide receiver depth chart, I hate it. Because you've got T.Y. Hilton, you've got Ryan Grant, and Chester Rogers. Those are your top 3 guys. That's not going to get the job done.
Nah.
I think Grant and Hilton are both.
Chester Rogers has been okay this year. It's been all right. Getting those red zone targets, getting those fantasy touchdowns.
You might as well give him to DeVante Parker at that point. So Colts take their flyer. If the Dolphins do want to move DeVante Parker, they're not going to get value for him.
No.
He does not have value right now. He's always hurt. He's been a bust in his NFL career. Plain and simple.
I am convinced that, this is a concept that Colin Cowherd came up with, that sometimes when you get drafted by a team that's in Miami or somewhere where it's warm, it's just tough to get motivated.
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Explain to me why the Dolphins have never been able to do anything with their entire team for the past 2 decades.
I'm not going to blame the weather, Harris.
Look, it's from person to person.
The Jags just got good.
No, I'm saying that DeVante Parker had some attitude issues when he was in Louisville, and I think a change of scenery is the right move.
That's fine. I'm not going to blame the weather for a player not doing that well because they can't get motivated because it's nice outside.
A lot of things to do in Miami. Let's go to a trade. Tom, what is dead may never die. Back when Hassan Reddick was coming out of the draft, he was without a question the most mocked player I've ever seen to the New England Patriots.
Perfect
Then
fit.
for whatever reason, he went 13th overall, which was way, way higher than he should have gone.
Those are guys he was going
to the Arizona Cardinals, and here we are.
Look,
what is dead may never die.
I think this makes perfect sense.
does.
You absolutely love it.
I love it.
Which
Please
means
bring
that
me to Hassan
that
Reddick.
actually means that I hate it more.
Get a Landon Roberts off my team.
Arizona, for some reason,
bad.
wants to trade him. I don't know why. At least they're open to it. Reddick is the perfect Patriots guy. Now, the Cardinals' dislike of Reddick right now, I think, is idiotic. He has not been very good for them. Here's why. You took an edge rusher at Temple, who was originally a safety going into college. Then you went ahead and said, okay, cool. Like we're supposed to do, we're going to make you into an off-ball linebacker. That made sense. He was good at the Senior Bowl and the pre-draft showings. And then, we're banged up at edge rusher. Go forget your linebacker stuff. Go rush the passer again. And then this year, by the way, brand new scheme. Go play linebacker again. We're confused as to why he doesn't have the playbook down yet. Well, I don't know either.
Tom, a multi-positional defender from a non-power school. Bill Belichick just passed out.
It's classic.
With NFL experience, passed out. That's how Kyle Van Noy got traded to the Patriots. Same concept.
He would be a great fit. He'd be a great fit in New England.
He would literally be Kyle Van Noy 2.0. Maybe
hopefully
a better version, though.
Hopefully better.
What can't get much better, though, is the deal that BetDSI is giving us here at Chat Sports. Chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code LIVE120 for a 120% deposit bonus. Deposit $100, get $120 for free.
Playing with house money right there at chatsports.com/bet if you use promo code LIVE120.
All right, Tom, let's go to a player who I don't really understand why has been mixed. He's been in trade rumors since last year when he got drafted. That's Shaq Lawson, DN for the Bills. Now, I know he's injured or has been, injured on and off. Hasn't really played too many snaps this year, but why is everyone so convinced the Bills are going to give up on him so quickly?
I don't think he's a good fit in a 4-3 scheme.
Fair.
I think he's better as a stand-up edge rusher. Bills have him with his hand on the ground, and he's their third guy right now. He hasn't been all that good this year.
Now, I will also give this credit. If you're a D-end and you have not been able to develop under Sean McDermott, who, mind you, has, he turned Mario Addison into somehow one of the best D-ends in all of football.
I don't know about that far, but okay.
He's been really good the past couple of years. Shaq Lawson did nothing.
Let's send him to the Giants then. I don't think you're going to get that much back. I think the Niners trade package involving Joshua Garnett is kind of dead. I like that one a lot, though, for both sides. The Giants, as I went through the teams that have the worst pass rush this year, they're right there, and they're in a 3-4 team. Now, to be fair, it's because Vernon has not played. And Lorenzo Carter is a raw upside guy.
Yep.
Kareem Martin, he's okay. If you need him to be your number 3, that's fine. You don't really want him starting, especially on passing downs. They've relied heavily on Connor Barwin.
What year is it?
I think it's 2018. So if I were the Giants, yes, I would have interest in Shaq Lawson. The Bills, by the way, are going to be sellers, I think.
Yeah.
And they didn't even deny the LeSean McCoy trade rumor. They were like, oh, yeah, we get calls all the time. Like,
I know we aren't.
Screams, give us your trade offers.
I know we aren't big fans of Josh Allen here at this network. I just feel so bad for the poor kid. It's so bad.
Rough spot.
It's awful. Worst place to go.
Yeah.
Tom, you couldn't resist.
No, of course I couldn't.
You couldn't resist trading Tyrod Taylor. Not only could you not resist trading Tyrod Taylor, you couldn't resist trading him to the Jaguars.
Yeah. Send him to Jacksonville.
Why?
Send him to Jacksonville.
They're not going to do this.
They
love Blake Bortles.
All right. Of all the ones that I have on here, this is probably the most. This should have happened, but probably won't.
Blake Bortles
Sucks.
I know.
He is
I
trash.
know he does, but
he's not good.
do you really want your...
Did you see him last week?
Do you really want your QB2 and QB3 to be the last two backup quarterbacks for the Browns?
I would rather have Blake Bortles or Tyrod Taylor as my starting quarterback than Blake Bortles. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Money's an issue here, by the way. Money's an issue on this trade, by the way.
The only reason I take Bortles is because at least Bortles can throw the ball down the field. Tyrod Taylor cannot throw the ball more than 25 yards.
Bortles also throws it off the back of his own lineman's head in the red zone.
That can happen to anyone.
But it seems to happen to Blake Bortles a lot more.
Blake Bortles is out of question.
I don't
the
want
most hated player in the NFL.
I don't want any Blake Bortles truthers in the comment section, okay? He is not a good football player. All right? No Blake Bortles truth into that, Eric.
Such a shame.
All right. Now, if you guys disagree with me, prove it.
I do.
All right. I'm hosting a free NFL Pick'em game on BetTSI. Sign up is free. No deposit required. If you come in first place, you get $25. So there's literally no downside because it's free to sign up.
Can't wait to take your money.
You get $25 if you win. So DM me on Twitter @WhatGoingDowney if you want the exact game link, and go sign up at chatsports.com/bet promo code live120 as well. We'll get you hooked up there. If you win $25, just DM me on Twitter @WhatGoingDowney.
I can't wait to take your money, Tom.
So.
I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go to our next trade here. Deon Buchanan. Now, this is a guy who, big name, I think, among NFL fans from a couple years ago. Kind of helped bring the safety linebacker hybrid position into the forefront.
He really did.
And then has just fallen off a cliff.
Not sure what happened. Injuries have been a factor there. The scheme isn't the ideal fit. A lot of money there. Now, I originally had the same team here. I originally had them giving up a higher pick. As I've thought about it more and more, I think I was wrong originally on Monday's show. 6th round pick for Deon Buchanan. He hasn't been very good. There's an injury history there. Has a pretty high salary. On the flip side, if you're Pittsburgh, your inside linebacking core is not that good. Your safeties have not been that good either. Overall, just your pass defense. You have a tough time against tight ends. Buchanan can fix that. You don't even need him on rundowns. You can keep using Vince and Bostic on rundowns. On 3rd down, bring in Buchanan. I think that's where the 6th round pick, which you have an extra one for the Ryan Switzer trade.
Reminds me of when Tampa Bay traded Mark Barron away to the Rams. He hasn't been great overall, but he's supplied some pretty good depth.
I thought Buchanan would be used like Shaq Thompson. He hasn't been. I don't know if he's actually that type of player in the end. I might have been wrong on that one.
Let's go to another safety here, safety linebacker. Safety Carl Joseph for the Raiders. I was totally wrong on him. I thought he was going to walk into the NFL and just be sick. But it seems that the size and the injuries he sustained at WVU have just been a little bit too much to overcome.
Injuries have been a factor there. The size is an issue. He's a box safety that has a limited value in the NFL. I think he needs a fresh start. I think there's still some talent there. I like him coming out of West Virginia. You were higher on him than I was.
He was a turnover machine.
Yes, he was.
All he did was cause turnovers.
Yes, he was. But it seems that he doesn't quite fit in Oakland. The Raiders don't want him anymore. They have not been using him. How about we send him to the Atlanta Falcons then? They're banged up as all hell at safety.
Fit.
All right? DeVante KZ is your new free safety. Let's go put Carl Joseph in there instead of Jordan Richards, who I know you love, Harris.
No comment. Jordan Richards.
He's not good.
Get him off my screen. I can't even look at him.
Can't even look at him.
That'd be a great move, though.
They should have signed Eric Reed. 6th round pick is cheap. I think the Raiders are prepared to move on from Carl Joseph.
He could fit for the system.
I think so too.
He can. I think he can be Ricardo Allen light in a lot of ways. They're
Keanu Neal, actually.
Keanu Neal. Yeah. Joseph, I just say that because Joseph's way smaller than Keanu.
That's fair. That's fair.
Kind of going with a little size there. But let us know in the comment section below who says no. Give me an R for Raiders or give me an F for Falcons. One thing that nobody is going to say no to, Tom, is how comfortable these mezzanines
are. Super comfortable.
They're amazing. Head to comfortable.af to pick yours up today. They supply all the men here, all of our clothing. Yeah. They're fantastic. Go check out their fall
dress
lines
shirt out there.
Oh, they're so comfortable. So many of these in my closet. Head to comfortable.af because these shirts are comfortable as F. Tom, let's get to your last trade here. Ameer Abdullah.
I will not let this one die. All right? I still believe in an Ameer Abdullah trade.
Never die.
I thought I was going to be really smart at the beginning of the year when I called this before the draft even happened. I actually think the Lions have tried to trade Abdullah, and I think everyone's been like, nah, we're fine. We don't need that. So here's my offer, Harris. How about Jacksonville takes him? Now, there's one big but here, or I should say if. The if is if Jamal Charles actually is washed up. If Charles does well, this doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. But if he's not, and if he needs to go, I think Abdullah makes sense for Jacksonville. Again, Corey Grant out for the year. Has handled returns in the past. Now, he's not right now because Jaden Mickens has done that for the most part this year.
Jaden Mickens.
Abdullah can do that role as well.
Yep.
So you're kind of swapping out Abdullah for Corey Grant in the end.
Obviously, there's no real room for Ameer Abdullah on the Lions right now. Kerryon Johnson, LeGarrette Blount taking the lion's share of the carry so far for the Detroit Lions. But it seems overall, Ameer Abdullah just hasn't been the best fit overall with that team. Just can't stop fumbling, and yards per carry are just terrible.